Hey again guys, this is part 2 of the refurbished introduction to cubing. In part 1 we went over a lot of important topics. You might want to watch that if you haven't already. But in this video we're going to be going also over some more important topics, and we'll jump right into it. So, we know about the lubricating and stuff from part 1. Once again, watch that because part 1 is a lot of information in there that you might need. But anyway, so the heavy duty silicone, it works alright. Of course, there is the minor flaw that it acts as a glue. Also in part 1. That's okay. Buy it from Walmart. It's totally worth it. But as far as lubricant goes, there is actually lubricant made for Rubik's Cubes. I've never tried it out. I've watched some reviews on it, and I've heard that most of it only lasts for a couple days, whereas silicone lasts for several, maybe even a couple months. But anyway, you can try that out if you want. But as for me, I would just recommend the silicone because it's definitely sufficient enough for me, and it will work just fine for especially beginners. So now we have a couple more topics as far as buying a cube, what to buy, what not to buy. Well, I've had some experiences with 4x4s that are beginner 4x4s. A long time ago, I bought this 4x4 from eBay, and this is what's left of it, along with all the other pieces and the core. So there you go. There's an up close look at a core. This is a 4x4 core, so it has a different mechanism, slightly different mechanism, because there's this little bump, this little piece right here, but this is unsalvageable because the core one of the center caps actually broke. So I might look into using the pieces and salvaging it somehow, because I do have this other core from another 4x4 that also broke. There are the pieces. Both of them I bought from eBay. Really bad brands. This one was a Caillou brand. Some kind of Japanese or Chinese brand. Buy it if you're a beginner, but you need to be really careful with it. Having to be careful with a cube is not very fun. You should be able to turn it without it constantly locking up on you and that kind of thing. So I would not buy it if I were you. Not to bash on them or anything, but I would definitely not recommend that kind of thing. For 3x3s, as far as those go, Rubik's brand, you can buy it. You're just going to want to have lubricant ready for it, and you're going to want to thoroughly lubricate it, as well as break it in really nicely, because they can be pretty fast if you do the right things to them. And I'm sure some people have modification videos up if you want to search for those. But also, some of the other brands, I have this, I don't know how to pronounce it. I think it's Diansheng or something like that. It's a mini cube, so compared to a Rubik's Cube, it's a lot smaller. It is very fast though. But it does lock up a little bit. It's still a good cube. Not that I would recommend the mini version, but I'm sure there are other 3x3s from this same brand that you could look into. I don't have one, but I do have one from the same brand. Cube for You. 3x3 DIY kits, do-it-yourself kits. That means that you actually build the cube yourself. They give you all the pieces, the stickers, and I think I've never actually had a DIY. I want to get a DIY of some sort, but I think that a DIY would be great for beginners to learn how the cube works, to learn how to put one together, to learn how to put stickers on it. That would be a great experience for a beginner. As you can see, this might look like a 3x3, but it's actually a 3x3x5. A fun puzzle to solve. You can buy it from several different places, but anyway, definitely look into buying a DIY kit for yourself, because I've heard also that the Cube for You DIY speed cubes aren't even that bad of cubes. So if you want something decent that's for a beginner, check those out. They might help you. And also another thing that you want to look for is the best price, because you don't want to be buying a Cube for You speed cube for $15 if you can buy it for, you know, $6, because if you really get into this hobby, you're gonna be spending a lot of money on it, and it's not fun when you spend a lot of money on a cube, because chances are you won't even like it. But so just beware. There's a lot of different places to buy cubes. I'll put several links in the description for you to check out. Now, as far as popular brands go, of course there's not very popular brands, but Rubik's, definitely a popular brand, because even though their cubes aren't the greatest, you have to give them credit. If they wouldn't have made a cube in the first place, we wouldn't be having all the fun we have today. Let's see, we have the V-Cubes. A lot of controversy about those, because they're very expensive, and arguably most of them aren't even very good cubes. This is a V-Cube 5. I like it. It's pretty smooth. I've broken it in. They take forever to break in, though, so you might want to look into that a little more. And also knockoff cubes. ShengShou is a ShengShou YJ, but the ShengShou 5x5, I don't own one. I want to get one. They're only $11 on Speedcube Shop. Put the link in the description. And they're arguably almost as good as V-Cubes from what I've heard from the V-Cube 5. And the V-Cube 5, if you buy it from... I didn't buy mine from VCubes.com. I actually bought mine from Amazon. But it was $35, I think. Which, I don't want to be spending that much on a cube. So now I have to be super careful with it, because if I break it, I have to buy a brand new one. And with these, there's, like I said, a lot of controversy about everything. I have a review on this cube. You can check that out. But anyway, Cube for You is also a very popular brand, because not only do they make 3x3s and, of course, these 3x3x5s, they also make 3x3x4, 3x3x7, 3x3x9. No, they don't make a 3x3x9, but they make a lot of other different puzzles, and the link to their website will be in the description. I've never bought anything from it. I'm planning to, though, so don't worry about that. Also, a few more popular brands. Lanlan, mostly because they do a lot of mods. Mods not as in making your cube faster, but mods as in using some pieces of one cube and another from another cube, and sometimes building new pieces, cutting some pieces to make a completely different puzzle. This is a Lanlan cube. Whoop. Rolled right off. It uses a 3x3 core, but it has 12 sides. So Lanlan's very popular. Diane is very popular. MF8. So if you find a brand that you don't see a whole lot of stuff on YouTube, it's probably not very popular, and chances are it's not a very good cube. So that's just about all I have for you today, guys, and I hope you liked the refurbished version. I'm planning to refurbish a lot more videos, including tutorials. Make sure to subscribe for those updates, videos coming out very soon. Thanks for watching, guys.